computer?
Definition. A computer is an electronic device that operates under the control of software programs stored in its memory unit. Computer accepts the data from an input device like mouse with a keyboard processing it into useful information which it displays on its output device monitor and printer. Computer saves time and also gives error-free result. Computers provide highly accurate answers and calculations. Financial transactions done by using computer. Collect and analyze the data. Disadvantage. Wasted time on the computer. Unemployment is increasing. Loss of your personal privacy. Computers' effect on our student life. Area of computer. Bank. All financial transactions in banks and financial institutions are done on computer. They provide security, speed and convenience. Different branches are connected with the help of computer network. One can withdraw and deposit money to and from any branch. In ATM system, one can withdraw cash from any ATM which are interconnected computer system. Education. In educational institutions, say, for example schools, colleges, universities almost everywhere, computers are used as information resource, teaching aid, library system, research mode, results system, database keeping for students as well as staff, billing as well as accounting system, examination system etc. We can give online exams and get instant results through computer network. Similarly, one can check examination results online. Weather forecast. Computer is essentially used for weather forecasting such as sunrise, sunset, rainfall, humidity, temperature of different places. Weather forecast around the globe, as is done by the BBC, CNN and other news channels use supercomputers and related programs. Communication. We enjoy very fast and convenient access to information computer. Through email, we can communicate with a person living in different time zones just in seconds with only a click. The chat software enables one to chat with another person on a real-time basis. Video conferencing tools are becoming readily available to everyone now. We can communicate and pass on confidential information at a very low cost or for free with the help of internet call or other means of the software. Computer technology is widely used in the field of telecommunication. Engineering. Computer is used in engineering to collect and analyze the data. For engineers, computer technology is a must to collect the latest information from around the globe. It is mainly used to get experimental result and also in future forecasting. Engineers use computer technology when it comes to designing and developing any business as well as scientific model. Government. Various departments of the government use computer for planning, control and law enforcement activities. For example, the government uses computer to best regulate the traffic, tourism, information, broadcasting, education, aviation and many other sectors where flawless service is a must.
Evolution of computer technology.
If we see the computers of the past, we wonder to find that they were not of similar shape, size, functionality and technology in the hardware and the software to the modern digital computers. Typically, computer generation is the classification of computers into different groups according to their manufacturing date, the memory device and other hardware and software technology used in them. Then we find that the processing speed and storage capacity increase while the size, energy consumption, heat generation, cost and complexity decrease gradually.
There are 5 generations of computers which are as follows. First generation of computers, 1940 to 1956. First-generation computers were powered by thousands of vacuum tubes or thermionic valves, and their memory was stored on magnetic storage devices such as magnetic tapes and drums. Most data was entered onto the computers via punch cards or paper tape. Output was in the same form as human operators had to set switches before a program could run. Features of first-generation computers. 1. These computers were based on vacuum tube technology. 2. The vacuum tubes required great amounts of energy and generated much heat, therefore air conditioning was essential. 3. The computers of the first generation were much large in size and required a lot of space to keep them. 4. These were non-portable and very slow in processing. The processing speed was measured in terms of millisecond. 5. Punched cards were used as input device. 6. These machines were unreliable and lacked versatility and speed. The examples of first generation of computers are IBM, International Business Machine, 700 series, ENIAC, Electronic Numerical Integrator and Calculator, EDVAC, Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Computer, UNIVAC, Universal Automatic Computer, etc. Vacuum tube. A vacuum tube is a hollow glass cylinder containing a positive electrode and a negative electrode between which is conducted in a full or partial vacuum. A grid between these electrodes controls the flow of electricity. The vacuum tubes, thermionic valves, were predominantly used in electronic devices such as televisions, radios and computers. They are still in use today in a few specialized devices. Points to remember. Vacuum tubes were developed by Lee De Forest in 1908 and used later in computer.
Second generation of computers. 1956–1963. The invention of transistor paved the way for the development of computer. The transistor replaced the large, cumbersome vacuum tube-based first-generation computers. As a result, the size of the machine began to slim down ever since. Magnetic cores were used as primary memory and magnetic disks and tapes were used as secondary storage device. However, they still relied on punched cards for input, printout for output. Features of second-generation computers. 1. These computers were based on transistor technology. 2. They were smaller, faster, more reliable, more accurate and more energy efficient as compared to the first-generation computer. 3. They were portable, and generated less amount of heat as compared to the first-generation computer. 4. These computers still required air conditioning. The examples of second generation of computers are IBM 1401, IBM Fox Pop. Transistor. Transistor is made up of the two words, transfer, and register. It is the device which is made three-terminal semiconductor materials that amplifies the electric signal or opens or closes the electronic circuit. They were much smaller than the vacuum tubes and consumed much less power. Electronic circuits could be made more complex with more transistors switching faster than tubes. Points to remember. Transistors were rented by three scientos, John Badine, William Schocken and Walter Bredens in 1947, who won the Nobel Prize in 1956 for it.
Third generation of computers, 1964 early 1970s.
Despite the fact that transistors were clearly an improvement over the vacuum tube, they still generated a great deal of heat, which damaged the computer's sensitive internal parts. Scientists later managed to fit even more components on a single chip, called a semiconductor, that is integrated circuits. As a result, computers became even smaller in size as more components were squeezed onto the chip. Features of third-generation computers. 1. These computers were based on integrated circuit (IC) technology. 2. They were smaller in size, more reliable, more accurate than the previous generation of computers. 3. Semiconductor memory was used as primary memory. 4. Magnetic disk was used as secondary memory. The examples of third generation of computer are NCR 395, B6500, etc. Integrated circuits, IC, an integrated circuit, commonly referred to as IC, is a microscopic array of electronic circuits and components that has been diffused or implanted onto the surface of a single crystal, or chip of semiconducting materials such as silicon. ICs range in complexity from simple logic modules and amplifiers to complete microcomputers containing millions of elements. Points to remember. The first IC was developed by John Kilby and Robert Noyce in 1958. Fourth generation of computers, early 1970s till date.
Fourth generation computers are the modern-day latest computers. The size dramatically slims down with the improvement in the integrated circuits. Very large-scale integration (VLSI) and ultra-large-scale integration (ULSI) ensured that millions of components could be fit into a small chip. It reduces the size and price of the computers, at the same time increases the power, efficiency and reliability of the computer. Fourth-generation computers use VLSI as chief component. Features of fourth-generation computers. 1. These computers are based on microprocessor. 2. The computers are powerful, compact, affordable, portable and totally reliable. 3. Fourth-generation computers are cheapest of all the other generations. 4. Its processing speed is measured in terms of picosecond.
Microprocessor. A microprocessor in a computer process on a microchip. It is often called a logic chip. It is the engine that goes into motion when you turn your computer on. A microprocessor is designed to perform arithmetic and logic operations that make use of small number holding areas called registers. When the computer turned on, the microprocessor is designed to get the first instruction from the basic input-output system BIOS that comes with the computer as part of its memory. Points to remember.
The first commercial microprocessor was the Intel 4004, which was made by Intel Corporation in 1971. It was 4-bit processor because it could process only 4 bits at a time. It is considered as one of the most important generation because many achievements in the hardware and software technology took place during this generation. Fifth generation of computer, present and beyond. The computers of this generation are still in development stage. Scientists are trying to do so since 1990. The computers of this generation use artificial intelligence, AI, and biochips as memory device so that they can think and decide like a human being. Biochips are made up of biological organism and protein fibers obtained from the living organism. That is the reason why these computers have the power of sense, logic, decision-making capability and parallel processing. Features of fifth-generation computer. 1. These computers will have fully parallel processing capacity. 2. They are used in the field of medicine, treatment planning, monitoring and so on a very small scale.
Artificial intelligence, AI.
Artificial intelligence, AI, is the area of computer science focusing on creating machines that can engage on behaviors that humans consider intelligent. The ability to create intelligent machines has intrigued humans since ancient times till today. With the advent of the computer plus 50 years of research into AI programming techniques, the dream of smart machines is coming true. Researchers are creating systems which can imitate human thought, understand speech, beat even the best human chess player, and many more feats never before seen or heard.